Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Liquid Avatar Technologies. We missed you all, but we have some more exciting announcements to give to you. David, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well, Michael. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. So let's kick it off. First thing I want to dive into is the Phase 4 release of the Liquid Avatar app. There's a lot of goodies included with this. David, can you tell us more?
Sure. Thank you, Michael. Phase four really is the end of our sprints. When we launched in February, we launched phase one in February, we launched phase two in March, phase three in April, and phase four came out at the end of May. And really, those were the four foundational sprints that we needed to put in place so that the baseline for Liquid Avatar's mobile app would be there. They're all the pieces are there now. And
Mhm.
so now we get to focus sort of on a marathon. How do we improve the product? What's the feedback? How do we make it better for engagement and gamification? So all those things will happen next. And we've got over 13,000 people who have downloaded the product so far. Now, while that's not a large number, we really haven't focused our efforts on marketing. Now, with all the foundational pieces in place, we get to do that. So our efforts now all shift. It's sort of a complete, shift away from just physically build into, continue to process and manage the product. But now how do we ramp it up and accelerate it for use?
Exactly. All the bones are now set in place, and you can now start fleshing it out in more detail. But the foundation has now officially been complete with Phase 4, you're saying?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. All right, moving on. Tell me more about the software as a service update you guys got going on.
Well, yeah, and again, based on phase four being completed, what we have noticed with some of the companies that we've dealt with is they love the premise of Liquid Avatar, and for the holder or the consumer. And again, just to remind everyone, in a trust triangle, in an ecosystem where you're doing an identity or digital identity transaction, you're going to have a holder, someone who holds the credential,
Mhm.
someone who has issued the credential, and someone who wants to verify that credential. So Liquid Avatar's mobile app is all about the consumer or the holder, but we still have to be cognizant of the issuer and the verifier.
Mhm.
So a lot of issuers have come to us and said, look, we love what you're doing. Sure, we'd like to do a credential inside Liquid Avatar, but we have our own app and we'd like to issue credentials inside our own app. How can we do that with you? Well, we've created a system that's in the process of being built right now that allows us to partition or take a piece of our wallet and literally put it in another app so that they can be a creator of an issuer and a manager of an issuer. Now, users can still get the same benefits from Liquid Avatar when they're in the Liquid Avatar platform, but they can also get certain benefits when they're in that app that has our partition wallet. So it makes it easy for an app developer to use our services without spending, gobs of money on developing an infrastructure and managing it and governance. So for us, that's a SaaS model.
Mhm.
We've built it so that someone can take a piece of our wallet, put it inside their app, costs them some money per user, and then on a residual basis. So it is recurring revenue opportunities. So that's the SaaS side. And then on the verifier side, we're also working on some new technology. There's a lot of trade secrets there right now, so I'm really not going to delve into it, but that'll come later this summer.
All right, David, on top of it being a revenue generator, this is the future of all apps is the ability to operate with other apps. I mean, if you want to become a mainstay in any industry, your ability to play well with others that may be able to benefit off of your software and you may benefit from them working with you is what you absolutely have to do.
Absolutely. And we're seeing the rise of what's called super apps. So Liquid Avatar is not a super app, but it could be someday. But at the end of the day, you're right, Michael. Everything we're looking at today is software on demand or software as a service. And with that comes recurring revenues.
Agreed, agreed. All right, let's kick on to our last one. Tell me about the OTCQB update.
Well, you know what? This was a long time in coming. We started the process much earlier than is indicative of this final piece. But the name change to Liquid Avatar Technologies had us do a bit of a restart because the market makers and the OTCQB and FINRA all wanted to see the new name in play
Mhm.
before we really started moving forward. So we finally got our approval to start trading on the OTCQB. We're looking to do that by mid-June. We're lining up whether we'll have a symbol change initially or that will come afterwards. You know, it's the symbol that we've got came with the original reverse takeover that we did about a year ago.
Mhm.
So it's not, again, really representative of what we do it, you know, with LQID. We think
Mhm.
that is, you know, really, really promotes our name well, but TRWRF is just a symbol. So we're working on that. But in the meantime, we are ready to start the trading in the next couple of weeks, and we'll notify everyone as we're ready to start getting out the gates there.
Well, wonderful. This opens you up to more investors and makes it a lot easier for people to get in. Now, David, anything else you want to add before we go?
You know, Michael, as always, there's a lot more news to come.
Wonderful. Well, everyone stay tuned. Go update your Liquid Avatar apps or download it on the Play Store or the iStore and stay tuned for more. David, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Michael.